Hey everyone, Kyle Thomas here, founder and CEO of Provide, alongside Biswashree Dey, who Provide has been working with by way of the baseline community for some number of months on what really seems to be one of the more promising middleware connectors that is baseline compliant. It's for Microsoft Excel, and that goes to complement the SAP connector that we've developed with our good friends at Circle. And I think this really highlights the scalability of baseline ecosystems because you can really imagine how the smallest participants in a given ecosystem will very likely be using Excel, and to be able to baseline those organizations with SAP users, for example, Microsoft Dynamics users, Salesforce, and some of the other middleware connectors that we're creating is very exciting. And I'll hand it over to Biswashree to show off all the great work she's been doing on this Microsoft Excel middleware that's baseline compliant by way of the Provide stack. Thanks for being here, Biswashree.
Thank you, Kyle. Hello, everyone. My name is Biswashree, and today what I'll do is I'll take you on how you can first set up your stack, run it, and then how we will see how we can use the Excel to actually send and receive messages. So first, you would need to have the Excel add-in code with you, as well as the Provide CLI. You can get the Provide CLI at docs.provide.services. You can go here, and there is the CLI. You can see on the left-hand side. You can see how you can set up your CLI from there. So after you have set up your Excel code as well as the Provide CLI, now we will go into see and how we run the stack. So in Provide CLI, first you do provide authenticate. So then you put in your credentials. There, and then you do provide baseline stack run. Just let me check that once. Yeah, I'll copy it from here. So this is the command that you will need to run to run the stack. Provide baseline stack start WebSocket tunnel true.
So what does that WebSocket tunnel argument do?
That actually helps us because we are using a NATS listener. It will help us set up the NATS listener with the WebSocket.
So the Excel plugin can communicate with the NATS over WebSockets. Got it.
Yes. So here you select your organization. You select that you will be using which work group that you would be using. So I am using a work group called Excel, and then you just do yes for the refresh access token. Then you select your primary system of records as ephemeral. After Excel gets set up, you'll be also able to use Excel. But for now, we'll just use ephemeral. Then for the tunnel also, you do yes. That's the local API tunnel that we would be using to communicate with the local baseline stack. You set up for the messaging endpoint also, you say yes.
So from the other participant over the internet will be able to communicate with your stack here.
Yes. So those are the tunnels that we are opening up, and anyone who's in our work group, we'll be able to send them messages as well as receive messages from them. So here, if you see, so what we need to do is once we run the stack, it will give us back some ports that we need to inject in our code so that it is able to communicate over these channels that we have opened up. So first, so under the client folder in your Excel code, there are two clients that you can see. One is called the NATS listener client and one is the provide client. So in the NATS listener client, you would need to inject the messaging port, and in the provide client, you would need to inject the API port that is given back by the stack. So if you just look here in the code, if you can see, where is the API? So here is the API endpoint that is given back, and the other one is
looks like it's up there. 4221.
Here, forwarding HTTPS right here. So this is the NATS client port that you would need to inject in your code. So if you go in the code, you can see the default host, right, that is provided, mentioned here. Just change the port at the end. So here it was given 42127. So I just put it there, save that. And then I take the API endpoint port, which is 33315 given here. I take that and inject that into the provide client. So at the top of the provide client also, you'll see the host name. And at the end, you just put it there.
So this seems like a lot of work just to run, the client. So like, what is it always like this, or are you running this just because you're in development of the Excel plugin?
So this is only in the development phase of the Excel plugin that we have to like pick up all these ports and then inject them. In production, all of this will just go away and it will be just one static host that would be given there. And the user will just be using the Excel. They won't be seeing all of this.
Makes sense.
It's only for the developers that we are showing this. Okay, so now you can see your baseline stack instance has started. So if you have your Docker running, you can actually see it.
So what about the counterpart? What about the counterparty, Biswashree? Like, how does that work? Do you want to show that?
Yeah, so I'll also show you how you set up the counterparty. So this is all of the Dockers that I am running for my stack. Now we will move on to my counterparty and I'll show you how we set up there. So this is a Sandbox environment that has been set up by Kyle, so that I can like go back and forth by sending myself messages, pretending to be another participant on the same work group. So here also you'll use the same command to run your stack, but I have already like put all those commands in this shell script that is there. So I will just be running the shell script.
Do you want to show are there any credentials in stack run? If there's not any credentials in there, you can cat it, or yeah, then it would work.
Yeah. So this is the same command that we ran on the other stack, provide baseline stack start, just to ensure that I am not using the same ports that I am using with the other stack. I have mentioned some specific ports that this stack needs to use, just to ensure that there is no overlap between both of them.
On the box too, on this box as well, because there's other environments that are also running. This ensures there's no port conflicts, like you said.
Yeah. So there we go. So I will just be running that shell script. Oh, sorry. Like I said previously, you would need to actually provide or authenticate. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and if you had already been authenticated, the CLI would have gotten you a refresh token here, so it would have just worked. Or rather, it would have refreshed your access token with the cached refresh token.
So since I did not authenticate myself, it did not allow me to run the stack. So now I have authenticated myself and I'll run the stack again. Now it shows me the organization I am on this as this participant. This is a different participant from the one that I'm using in the other stack. So basically I'm pretending to be two different people, and then I will show you how we can communicate. So I have joined the work group, same as the other participants. So that's why the work group name is showing as Excel, which is the same one that we joined on the other stack. Here also, similarly, you have to do yes for the local API and the messaging endpoint.
You don't need the baseline. You don't need the WebSocket tunnel here because you're not developing on Excel. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cool. WebSocket tunnel is required for the Excel client to actually listen in and use. Yeah, in development. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So now both stacks are running.
Yes, now both stacks are running. Now what we will do is, now that the stacks are running, now we will open our Excel client. So here we go into the folder for the Excel code, and you just do npm start.
And I think it makes sense, Biswashree, to consider how we can improve the developer experience even further by allowing you to start the stack from this npm CLI, having it actually run the provide baseline stack start, and then it can parse out the different ports that you need, and then maybe you could then set those. But we'll get there.
Yes, there is ideas on how we want to improve this so that it's much more easier for the developers to actually get started quickly. We can see the Excel has opened up. Wait, yeah, right here it has opened up in Excel. Because we want to actually see how it will interact with, like, when there's actual data in the Excel sheet. Let's open up another Excel sheet with actual data here. So there is a table, and to open up the plugin, you go here on the task pane, right here, which shows the shuttle logo there. So you can click on that, and then it will open up the actual Excel add-in. It just takes a minute to load all the libraries, so it's just showing loading.
In development. Yeah, it's super exciting for this to be made a part of Shuttle as one of these middleware connectors. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It definitely does seem to take a while when you load all the libraries, but that's just they're all like all the node modules are getting side loaded into this plugin at runtime. So there's a lot of node modules, I would say, that are being injected here.
And also the Office.js library that this add-in is using, it is a little on the heavier side, so that's why it takes a while to load also. Yeah. There we go.
It'll get there.
Takes a minute.
And then it finally like picks up the code itself after the library has been loaded.
Yeah.
Like it just now loaded the actual application.
Let me try reloading that. Why is it taking
Yeah,
that
sure.
long? There you go.
Yep.
So here you log in. So basically, this add-in is now talking with your local baseline stack that you're running, and then it will use that stack to actually communicate with all the participants that are there in your work group. You can do inspect element and actually see in the console. Let's see if it has connected to the NATs. Showing it's connecting. Sometimes what happens is that the stack is not able to connect with the NATs. So what we do in those cases is that we just like rerun the NATs server that we have. So let's try doing that because it's not connecting.
It looked like it connected.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like it had.
So suppose.
Oh, connecting to NATs. Got it. Yeah, there's some race condition probably.
Yeah, so it's supposed to spit out connected to NATs. It will show you that message, but since it's not showing, let's just try to restart the NATs. Usually that solves it. Let's reload this.
Yeah, I believe there's a race condition when NATS starts for the first time, perhaps.
Yeah.
It pulls in those keys from upstream to verify so basically verify the credentials that are provided.
Yep, it seems it's got it. Yep. See, now you can see the message connected to NATs. Great. Okay, now this is done. So first, we will see how we can send messages. So how it has been set up is that there is a listener that has been added to this table. And anytime you make any changes to this table in any of the cells, it will pick up that data and send it as an outbound baseline protocol message. To set up a listener on the table, what you have to do is you have to go into your the specific work group, and here you can see mappings. So it is calling it. It's for see here you can create a new mapping. This has already been done, so I will not like show it to you. But you can create new mappings, or you can receive mappings from any of the other participants who has created a standard mapping that is there and shared between all the participants of the work group. So now, since it is already set up, let's try to send a message. So all you need to do is on the Excel, make a change. And if we go into the console logs, you can see it is sending out a message here. So this is the baseline message that is being sent out.
And you could probably see the receipt of that message on the other side too.
Yes. Here also, this is the receipt that I get back from the baseline. So that this information that I've sent out, this message I've sent out, it has been baselined. So this is the message for it. There is the witness, the proof. Okay, so this is the outbound when you're sending any message to the other participant. Now we will see how we can, what happens when we receive a message from any other participants on my work group. So to do that, we will go back to our second stack that we had running in the terminal right here, and try to send a message from this participant and see how it shows up in the Excel. So I'm connecting.
Biswashree, can you clear that terminal and make the text bigger, make the text a bit bigger?
Yeah.
Like command plus. Yeah. Perfect. That's good. Maybe hit enter, hit enter 4 or 5 times, and then you're good. Perfect.
Is that visible now? Clearly?
Looks great. Yeah, it looks good. It was fine before, but this is better.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if provide authenticator is already done or not.
I think it is, yeah.
But I still like do it in case it doesn't allow me.
It would have been fine. But okay.
Okay. Now I want to send a message.
It's messages plural.
I sometimes get confused with these commands. And if you guys are also like confused as I am, please always refer back to this page where you will get all the commands that you would need. So here, this is the message that this is the command that I was trying to use. And thank you, Kyle, for like always helping me out with these. So here you go. Now I want to send it to Excel. Yes. This is my organization. Yes, the message type is always general consistency. ID, you can put any ID for now.
Yeah, just basically this, whatever IDs that your system of record uses is the ID. So it can be anything.
Yeah. And this would be the baseline ID corresponding to the message that you're sending.
Or blank, yeah.
Yeah, or we can keep it blank for now. And the data that we want to send. So here I will send. So in the Excel that I am using in the table, it has a field called rep, which takes names of people. So if I want to make any changes to that, here I will send a JSON object where it is adding a name, David, to that list, to that column called rep.
And it's not there right now, right?
No, it's not right there right now. And you can see actually after it, so here the message has been sent. Let's go back to our Excel. Where did it go? Here, Excel. If we wait, it will send us.
There it is, yeah.
Yep. Right here, we got the message. And here you can, in the Excel, at the end, you can see it's been highlighted in yellow. Let's try sending another message. Wait, this time we want to add a new item, a new item to this list, suppose called desk. Let's try doing that again. you go back to your terminal. You again do provide baseline workflow messages send. You select workgroup Excel. You select your organization, general consistency. You can put in your ID, put in the ID, leave the baseline ID blank for now. And in data, let's try. It's called item, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's called item. And we want to put a new item called desk in that Excel. Here, the message got sent. And if we wait a bit, here, it got added to the Excel. So that's basically how the flow of data works from one end to another. If you
pretty
had,
legit.
Yeah, if you had other participants, you can now use your Excel to communicate with them.
Yes, very nice, Biswashree, and great work. I think this really demonstrates a lot of maturity in the baseline stack and the scalability of the ecosystem. Now that we we have this SAP certified connector that organizations can use and invite their counterparties who can even be using Excel. So 2022 is going to be the year for baseline for sure. And great work again.
Thank you guys. And thank you for always like helping out and supporting
Of course.
in this work.
Absolutely. Thanks everyone. Cheers.
Thank you guys. Bye.